Howdy, folks. Jack O'Malley. I'm going to do an update tonight. I'm not going to do one tomorrow. One of the things I always say was, hey, I'll see you whenever, unless there's breaking news. Today was a very busy, important day in Lansing. So I'll update you on that, and then I'll take tomorrow night off, unless there's breaking news. I'm going to start with the governor and then talk about the Oversight Committee with Robert Gordon. So, the governor today, well, actually, let me start over again. During our COVID Oversight Committee hearings last summer, whenever we had a controversial or a really important session, it never failed that the governor would hold a press conference. Now, I remember she was doing them like at 3 o'clock. That was her normal thing. Well, one time we started at like 1, and she did it when we started. It was actually quite funny. So today we've got the Director Gordon thing lined up, and lo and behold, the governor holds a press conference and did a pretty good job of stealing the limelight. That's one of the interesting things about being governor. You have quite the bully pulpit, right? The governor's going to talk. We've got to listen. So today, Madam Governor, on one hand, did something that we asked her to do for about 12 to 13 months. Give us some metrics. Give us some science and data. But she can never do it the right way. So, so today, let's see, I do kind of have some numbers in front of me. I don't have a ton of notes in front of me, but I do have this. We're at like 49% one shot average across the state. She's saying, all right, when you get to 55%, we can do this. When you get to 60, we can do this. 65% do this. So here's the thing. Here's my take on vaccines. All right, just so everybody knows, because I have a picture of me getting a vaccine because I think they're worth it. Well, of course, I'm the devil's son because I got a vaccine. And et cetera, to some people. All right, here's the way I look at it. I don't believe in mandates, but I believe in personal choice, right? There's an American thought, personal choice. So I don't believe in mandates. I think the vaccine makes sense. But if you don't think the vaccine makes sense, I don't get it. So what I think the state should be doing is, I want to make sure that anybody who wants a vaccine can get it. But nobody should have to get it. All right? Does that make sense? Clear? You want it? I want to make sure it's available. If that makes you feel better and if that works, right? Boom. But I don't want to force you. But here we are with these kind of metrics. The other thing that would have, I hope you listen to me here because this is a nuance. The thing that would have made this announcement by the governor today tolerable would have been if she said, all right, when we hit this percentage of people that have gotten at least one shot vaccinated, this will happen. But if positivity rates are coming down, and those kinds of things are coming down, we'll move ahead quicker. But she didn't, because she likes that control. And we learned that today with the Gordon situation. So let me reiterate. We've been asking for metrics, and even when the governor finally does get around to metrics, she can't do it right. You can't force people, and that's what this really feels like. So, Madam Governor, you don't even get an A for effort on this one. You needed, at the very least, you needed to say, okay, I'm going to ask you to do this, but if those rates are coming down and whatnot, but she didn't because that's not how she works. So let me tell you about Director Gordon. We've got him coming in. I think you all know the story. The governor's got her 1945 plan. The court said that's unconstitutional. So what does she do? She goes to the Department of Health and Human Services and uses those laws. And she's got Gordon doing his thing. Gordon has talked before our committee many a time, and he's kind of an arrogant guy. So today we've got him there. We had to subpoena him. We asked him like 3 or 4 times to come in and tell us about this separation agreement and the payment, and he refused. So we had to subpoena him. Just so you know, we didn't put him under oath because he is a lawyer, which means he's already taken that oath to always tell the truth, right? So just so you know, because some people, are you going to put him under oath? We didn't have to, because if he lied and we proved it as a lawyer under subpoena, he would have been guilty. All right. So just a little technical note there. So we're asking him the timeline and this, that, and the other thing. Well, and I don't have it in front of me. I should have had it. I apologize. We asked him, well, when did this happen? We asked the timeline of when you were fired and this, that, and the other thing. And he said on this date, they got on their normal call. And this is unbelievable. He gets on the call with other staffers. The governor pops on and says, oh, by the way, Gordon, we're going in a different direction. You're out. Gone. Ooh, it's a nice way to treat a guy who's been covering your tuchus for months and months and months, but he was gone. So I asked him, how the heck did that make you feel? You've been blood, sweat, and tears here for this governor in this state, according to what you tell us. And she cans your butt over a Zoom call, and basically in not even 30 seconds says, by the way, smell you later. And he said, of course, he was not very happy. But here's the thing. There's a section of the Constitution that says legislators, directors, if once you're let go and it's terminated, there can be no payments. There can be no bargains. You've left. Well, he resigned, because that's what a noble guy does. Instead of making him terminate you, you resign. You work at the will of the chief executive. He resigns. 30 days later, he signs this non-disclosure and takes a payment. The Attorney General's office also agreed with this. So there is a real constitutional question here. The governor and her brilliant legal team, which misinterpreted 1945, it appears, has misinterpreted or overlooked a section of the Constitution that says you can't do this. After he's been let go, you can't come back and pay him for things. And I know I might not be explaining that perfectly, but that's the gist. Now, here's the problem. I can see the keyboard pounders now. Well, what are you going to do about it? Well, I've asked the lawyers. The legislature doesn't have a ton of standing in this one. The 1945 law we did because it was affecting how we could legislate. This particular is not under our bailiwick, so we can't necessarily sue. But that doesn't mean a taxpayer who now believes that the governor has inappropriately spent money unconstitutionally with this agreement could. So today we got out of Director Gordon that he had no intention of suing. So why would they have him sign a clause that says you wouldn't sue? So very interesting. We move forward. So I guess I know we've grown weary. We've grown impatient. And I understand that. But it is my contention that our governor has led us miserably down this path. Things could have been so much different if she hadn't been acting so unilaterally, so doing the things that she's done, so misusing the laws that are on the books. So, and then today, when she sort of kind of gets close to how she should have been doing it for 12 months, she still screws it up by just saying, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm tired. It's been a long day. But Governor Whitmer is a piece of work. She's an interesting person. I bet a psychologist would have some real interesting couch time if they wanted to. So it's not funny, but it is. Maybe not funny, haha. But today, watching the governor totally screw up a great opportunity once again to find out that once again her brilliant legal team and her backroom crew more than likely misinterpreted or blatantly went against the Constitution of Michigan is so I hope that there are legal minds out there reaching out and talking tonight about how they can sue the governor on how she screwed up with Director Gordon. And if the courts find like they did with 1945, that would be twice now that our governor has gone against the Constitution of Michigan. And I know there's people out there, well, she's gone against it here or there too. I get it, but you know what I'm saying. And this one too, our Grand Attorney General would have misread or ignored the Constitution too. So, interesting day. All right, I'm going to go and take this tie off and get rolling. But again, no update tomorrow unless something bigger happens. But today was one of the bigger ones. So, all right, I'm out of here. Have a good weekend.